Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So after doing the maintenance video on an industrial sewing machine, I got some requests on this particular video. So in this video I'm going to show you all that you need to do to maintain your manual sewing machine. Alright, so first of all we are going to detach this machine from the foot. You understand? So the manual machine is easy to remove, so you can just do that easily so that we can take it separately outside. I'll probably do a video on the foot later, but the head is the most important. Alright, so first of all we are going to remove the plates. Alright, we are going to lose these nuts. It's very important that while removing these nuts that you keep them very safe, to be sure, so that when you are coupling them, when you are putting them back together, you are not going to be looking for some of the tools and parts. Alright, so anything that you are seeing me removing in this video, while following the process, remove them and keep them safe. Alright, so you can see how dirty this one is looking already, so we are just going to clean up the plate. This video, what I'm showing you in this video is all that your technicians do whenever you take your machine to them for services or maintenance. This is all that they are going to do. All right, so if you follow the process and procedure, then it is going to save you money. You understand? So now the next thing we are going to do is to remove the teeth, because I want to be able to clean it properly. I'm going to remove that teeth. You can see the first thing that we removed is the plate. Right, so now this is what we are going to remove next. This foot or plates rather. I'm sorry, teeth. The teeth of the machine. Yeah, that's what I'm losing out now. Yeah, so I'm already done with that. So I'll remove it and keep it separately. Also make sure that you keep the nuts safe. You understand? Or the screw rather. Then you can see how dirty this one is looking. Yeah, so just going to clean them up. Use your brush and clean it up properly. Alright, so the equipment or the tools that you need for this is just your screwdriver, your brush, and your machine oil. Alright, so you're going to clean it up properly. Alright, some parts of it you might need to use a needle or something to remove these ones that you're going to be seeing in between the teeth of the machine. Understand? So you just use your needle as I'm doing in this video. Use it and remove every dirt in the foot. You understand? Now, because this thing is dirty, it is going to affect how fast the machine is moving. You understand? So make sure that you clean it up properly. So now that we are done with this one, we are going to move to the under. This is where most of the work is. Alright, so first of all we are going to remove the shuttle. And then following the process as you are seeing in this video. Alright, yeah, so remove these ones and you can see particles of the fabric you're always working on will always be in this part, this segment of the section of the machine rather. You always find particles of fabrics there. Right, now once they accumulate, they make your machine have sound and noise. Then it will affect how fast that it moves when you are pedaling it. You understand? So it is quite very important that you clean it often. Like I said in my previous video, for the industrial sewing machine, at least once every week you clean it and dust it. You understand? But for this one that I'm doing here, you can be doing this once in a month, because I feel it's going to be tedious for someone to be doing it weekly. You understand? Yeah, so you can see what I'm losing. I've removed this section of the machine. Alright, at this point is where you have to pay so much attention, because to avoid losing in what you cannot fix. You understand? So make sure that maybe when you're doing it, you watch the video and follow the process closely. You understand? You can see me using the needle to remove some of the particles that my brush cannot reach. You understand? So maybe I should also add the needle to the tools that you need to service the sewing machine. You understand? Yeah, so remove every dirt in the machine, and then it's after doing the cleaning that you can now apply your machine oil. You understand? Make sure that your hand gets to every section of these parts, right? Clean it thoroughly. You can see the dirt that is coming out from this machine. It's very dirty. You can see that. Yeah, so it is very important that you can equally do this from the comfort of your home. You don't need to carry it or look for those that will do it for you, because like I said, what I'm showing you right here is all that they do. This is the only thing that they do when you give them a machine for servicing, unless if it's faulty. You understand? Then if your machine is equally faulty, maybe you can drop the fault. All right, let me see if I can make a video of that on how to solve the issue. You understand? So now that we've moved to the under, you understand, I'm making sure that this video is practical. This is more like a DIY, do it yourself video. You understand? You are seeing every process and procedure on how to clean a sewing machine. All right. You can see me blowing into it. You understand? Those parts that my brush cannot get to. You understand? Do it generously and with patience. So much patience. You understand? This could take you at least 30 minutes or more to tidy up. Okay, but I promise you that you're definitely going to see a result. See the effect, a positive change when once you are done doing this. You understand? So now we are going to open this part, and all you need to do is to loosen this knot here. You don't need to remove it totally, just push it up as you can see in the video, and then you detach it. Right, yeah. So you can see dust here also, particles of fabrics here. So all you need to do is to clean it up as well. Okay, so after doing all this, I'll equally bring the parts together and tidy it up so that you see the process of what I'm showing you is going to be the process of loosening and tightening it back. You understand? So now we are going to start applying our machine oil. Now while you're doing this, you have to be very generous with the oil. There is no economy here. All right, yeah, you can see when applying the oil, you still have to be turning the wheel. You understand? So you go help the machine oil will enter every part of it. You understand? Now you can see that I bent the machine upwards, so the oil is going through the parts that your hand cannot reach into the machine. You understand? So this is the best way. That's the first part of applying your machine oil. Right? Then after this part, we are now going to move down to this other section. Then also start applying oil, because we are done with the cleaning. Alright, so now we're just going to show you how I'm fixing everything back. Alright, so first of all, it has to be this one first. Apply oil to these parts and then place it back gently and tighten it. Okay, it's a simple process. Yeah. So I don't even need to explain so much. The video is self-explanatory. Alright, so now that I'm done with that, and the next thing I'm going to do is first of all check if I fixed it properly. It was hooking here. Alright, so I had to loosen and tighten again, and then before it got free, you understand. So when you are tightening it back, you make sure that you placed it very well, because if you don't, it will affect the smoothness. Okay, so that's why when you are any parts that you are putting in, you are turning the wheel also to be sure that it's not affecting the movement, you understand. That's what I was also doing here. Now you place this one on top and cover. Okay, it's actually that simple. Now I'm also checking to see how smooth it's running, and now I'm just going to put back my shuttle. Okay, so we're already done with the work. Is almost done, right? Then now I'm just going to put back these other parts. Just going to put back this other section of the sewing machine, right? Now we are also using the same process that was used to loosen it, understand. Put it through the hole and then push it down and tight, understand. Is as simple as ABC. Very easy, actually very easy, right? Okay, so now that we are done with this, the next thing we are going to do is to oil the under. Now all these parts that has joining, that moves when you are turning the wheel, you understand, you apply. That's the major parts that you apply oil. And like I said, you have to be very generous with the oil, you understand. You can see what I mean is all the parts that moves when you are turning your wheel, all those parts that has what should I call it? Yeah, you can see that all those parts that is moving when you are turning the wheel is the major parts that you are going to apply your machine oil. Okay, that's the major part that you are going to apply your machine oil. Once we are done with these parts, now we turn it over and then work done finish. You understand? So if you have watched to this point, tell me if you do your servicing yourself, or you call someone to do it, right? And also tell me if you are going to be trying to do it yourself. That's if you have not been doing it yourself. Right now, this is me turning the wheel. All right, so I'm going to let you hear how it's sounding now that we are done with the servicing. But now, first of all, also I'm going to loosen here. You can see how I did that. This joining here, there is going to be a bolt there, very big, right? You apply oil there also, because you see there is no other way to make the oil reach those places. That's why these areas are created there, so that you can oil through those areas, you understand. So you can oil the machine through the areas. You can see how smooth the wheel is moving. From the video, you can even notice how smooth and fast it's moving. All right. So at this point, the oil wasn't coming out as I wanted it, right? So I had to expand it more. Yeah, so these holes here also are there so that you can apply oil to the machine easily, you understand. So also these other parts here, you're also going to apply oil to it. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, then close it up again, and then the work is done, you understand. So yeah, I noticed that I didn't tight this side very well, right? So it was making some sound while I was turning the wheel, you understand. So I'm just going to tighten it very well. So now it's making sense and it's moving smoothly, you understand. So I didn't tighten it properly. So now that I'm done with that, we are good to go. You can see how fast the machine is moving now. Yeah, so now we are going to fix the teeth. Yeah, so following the same process that I used to lose it. Alright, so you're just going to place it back and tighten it. It's as simple as ABC, simple as editing. So that's what I'm doing right now. Yeah, you can see that after I was done doing that, I equally made sure that the teeth is not affecting the movement. That's why I was turning the wheel to be sure that it's not affecting the movement. Now we are going to place the plates. Now this is like the final part. Alright, so we're almost done with it. Yeah, so tighten every knot. That's why I said pay attention to details while doing the work. You understand? So I am done with that, and I'm going to let you hear the sound of the machine now that we are done servicing. That's if you're even going to hear anything, because it is as smooth as anything. You understand? So we are done with it. Alright, so thank you for watching. Like, share, comment, and I'll see you in the next one.